Back in the 1980s, you couldn't avoid the name Julie Brown. Not that you wanted to, by the way. There were even two of them on MTV.
Yes, we know you remember Miss Julie Brown when you hear the song that made her famous, the Homecoming Queen's Got a Gun.
There she is, Julie Brown. Julie, did that top, did that get in the chart?
I don't remember.
It got,
oh yeah, but I don't know where it finally landed. But it became this thing, which was so shocking to me. You know, I wanted to get attention, and I did. And it was surprising.
You kind of Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, I did. At that moment, I did.
You did?
I did.
And you played the Homecoming Queen.
Yes, and Julie.
And Julie.
Yes,
and a few of the victims.
Yeah, no victims.
Okay.
And we're in the show we're doing now. I had to pick one of them, so I'm playing Julie.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's now a musical.
It is a musical, and we called it The Homecoming Queen's Got a Musical.
Okay. Here's the thing. I feel like Jay Leno to Hugh Grant right now.
Oh, good. All right, I'm Hugh Grant, I guess.
What were you thinking?
You mean right now?
Right now.
Okay, I know what you're saying. You're saying like, oh my God, how could you do that?
Yeah.
But here's what we did, because it took this long to figure out how to do it as a musical, right?
Okay.
This is what happened. I met Kurt Koehler, who is this hilarious writer-director, and we wanted to do it. So we were like, how can we do it? Because I've always wanted to do it, but then all these school shootings happened.
What do you know?
So, right?
Yeah.
So then we realized if we made it into like an 80s horror movie, satire, so what we did is we just added more killings. And the gun is just one thing. It's so absurd and over the top and ridiculous. And the Homecoming Queen is played by a guy, Droege, who's a genius. And it's so insane that you don't take any of it seriously.
So you've pulled it so far from reality.
Yes,
nobody's going to attach it to what's going to happen.
Which is the only way you can do it. We made it really, really ridiculous. You know, it's kind of super cartoon, right?
So then what's the point?
What's the point of it?
Yeah,
it's hilarious. What do you mean? What's the point? It's so freaking funny. We sold out last time. We're almost sold out.
Oh, you've done it before?
Yeah, we did it in the fall.
Oh,
and
cool.
It's just really, really funny and ridiculous. That's the point of it.
But it took a while for you to get to this point.
It took, 25 years? I don't know.
Well, you know.
Yeah. Because we had to figure out how to do it so that it's not, like, horrifying.
But isn't that really the point of comedy, though, to push people a little bit beyond the place where they're comfortable and get them to laugh
exactly.
at the absurd?
Exactly. That's why it's also like while you're working on this, we were laughing our heads off all the time because it's so ridiculous. So that's what, I think it's like a fantastic show. You guys have to come. Everybody has to come.
I think it'd be fun.
And it makes fun of the 80s, yet it celebrates the 80s, and we use 80s music.
Did you write the musical?
I wrote it with Kurt Koehler.
Okay.
And we took a bunch of 80s songs and made parodies. We used them, and we used some of my songs. And so it's...
You talk about the 80s. Let me ask you a question. How do you think it's different now from the 80s in what's accepted as being funny? It seems like you could say more back then than you can now.
The 80s was a lot more innocent in a way, right? I mean, it was the fact that there weren't school shootings, that there weren't things like that. You know, when this song first came out, AIDS was not even, just so there was so much that was more innocent then. I mean, just even this outfit.
You look like Madonna.
Yeah, I'm wearing my Madonna outfit.
Yes, I love that.
So it was more ridiculous. And then look at everything that's happened now. So it's a much more serious time. And I also think that's what people loved about the show, because the music reminds people of, you know, their childhood. That 80s music is so happy, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, let's tell everybody where it is. Homecoming Queen as a musical is at the Cavern Club Theater. That's in Sliverlake.
Sliverlake, and they can go to juliebrown.com for tickets.
juliebrown.com for tickets, and are tickets still available?
Yes, there are some. We added a third weekend, so there's because we were
the show ends when?
March 28th.
Oh, so there's time. Okay, it's 9 p.m. show, so late show.
Yes, it's a late show.
Go to dinner,
because,
see a
you know,
show.
We're all high and stuff. No, I'm not kidding.
No.
Yeah, it's a 9 o'clock show.
Okay, juliebrown.com for tickets. Thank you for joining us.